It's been the week of the Paris Air Show, and despite the usual tussling between Boeing and Airbus, there are some new players from Russia and Asia who want a slice of the aviation market, but they face a tough time convincing airlines to buy their planes.
The Sukhoi Superjet could be a sign of things to come. The Russian manufacturer is hoping the new plane will allow it to make big sales in the West, and it's not alone. Potential new competitors for Airbus and Boeing are also emerging in China and Japan. Like the Russians, they're developing jetliners aimed at the smaller end of the market. The threat may not be immediate, but Boeing Vice President of Marketing Randy Tinseth says the days of the duopoly are already over.
I think there's opportunity for us to grow. I think there's opportunity for Airbus to grow, and there's clearly opportunity for one or two maybe successful new entrants. I think the question is not if, the question is when, and we're hoping it's later rather than sooner.
With Airbus and Boeing enjoying a combined order backlog of around $1 trillion, it's no wonder other companies want a slice of the action. But aspiring plane makers all face the same challenge. With no track record in the market, how do you convince airlines that your product will be reliable and efficient? And how do you convince the travelling public that they'll be safe to fly on? Sukhoi wasn't helped by the crash of one of its superjets in Indonesia last year. But an early example of Airbus's A320 crashed in 1988, and the plane still became a bestseller. Sukhoi Senior Vice President Artem Pogosyan says the company's international partners will reassure potential buyers.
Of course there are some problems, but we officially resolve these problems. And the examples of cooperation in terms of financial support, in terms of technical support, so our program cooperate a lot of countries, shows that and support us to hedge all the risk with the entry in the market.
Long term, it's the Chinese that are being most closely watched. The Comac C919 is a long way from first flight, but Beijing is determined to build an airliner industry and has the money to do it.
Take the Chinese one, and they are relying quite heavily on the Western manufacturer for their landing gear, their avionics, and so on and so on. They are not trying at all to do an old Chinese aircraft. They are just trying to create a Chinese aerospace industry for the commercial business.
For now, Boeing and Airbus still rule the airways. But there are some nimble new competitors lining up for takeoff, and the skies are about to get more crowded.